Hey there, and welcome to Lesson 10, Organization and Materials. If homeschooling is new to you, you may be wondering what in the world you need to have and how you're going to store it all. All of that will be answered in this lesson, but I will tell you that having a system for this is vital. You may not have collected much yet, but after 8 years of homeschooling, I am amazed at how much stuff we have accumulated. Extra resources, craft supplies, educational tools, they're all good, but they really pile up fast. And if you don't have a system, and as we say in our house, a home for each item, it can really start to take over your house. It's asked pretty frequently, and maybe you've already asked it, do I need a homeschool space? As in, do you need a full-on classroom in your home? The short answer is no, you certainly don't. We happen to have an extra room in our home at the moment, and we do often use it for getting schoolwork done and storing our daily use items. But for most of our homeschooling years, our learning was done around the dining table or in the living room. Some people prefer desks, and if that's what works for you, that sounds great. Another great investment is a portable tray. I highly recommend the DD desks, which you'll see my kids using on the next page. These desks are great because you can use them on a chair, on the floor, in the car, or as a standing desk. I'll also put a link in the caption of this lesson for a 10% off discount for a DD desk if that's something that would fit with your lifestyle. You can do your schoolwork outside, you can do it in the car, really wherever you are. There's just no rule that says you must be in a classroom-style room to complete your schoolwork for the day. Here is a little taste of what our homeschool days look like. We are at the dining room table, at a chair in front of the window, in the sunroom. I have a picture of my girls on a field trip to Rome. That's back when our field trips were a little more spectacular than they are now. My daughter's doing math on the porch. The bottom left picture shows my other daughter using the DD desk on our living room chair. We go to bookstores, parks, and the list goes on. So think outside the box and feel free to get creative if an occasional change of pace would be good for everybody. So we are flexible about where learning takes place, but it is important to have a home for all of your supplies. And we will talk about which supplies you need in just a moment, but you will need some sort of shelving or storage cabinet to store all of your things. I love something with doors just to avoid that cluttered look. I put the things I'd rather my kids not mess with, like teacher's manuals, glitter, my laminator, up on the highest shelves. Then I make sure all of their daily use books are at their level where they can go and grab them whenever they need it. I also keep writing utensils and any craft supplies that I'm comfortable with them having access to on a lower shelf as well. We also always grab magazine holders and use them as cubbies for our schoolwork. So each child has a folder that they get to pick out themselves at the beginning of the year. We place it in their cubby, and each time they complete a worksheet or something that needs to be saved from school, we put them in their folders. I regularly go through their folders. I suggest doing it about once a week, and just weed through to find out what can be thrown away. You can't save everything, and what I would like to keep. Now, the things that I keep, where do they go? Earlier in our lessons about legal requirements, we spoke about portfolios briefly. Whether your state requires it or not, I encourage you to keep a portfolio of each child's work for each year. Not only is this an amazing keepsake, but it's just another way to hold records of everything they learned. It will also help you plan the years to come because you will start to forget what you covered already for each student. My kids absolutely love getting out their portfolios and looking through them to see their progress over the years. It's a walk down memory lane, but it's also a huge confidence booster for them to see how much they have learned, and really for me too. It may sound scary to create a portfolio, but it can be as simple as you like. Grab a binder that's at least 2 inches wide, some sheet protectors, and dividers with labels. Label each divider by subject, and make sure to leave one for art so that they can collect all of their pictures they draw throughout the year. When you go to clean out their folders every week, just put whatever you would like to save in a sheet protector in the correct section. And then by the end of the school year, you'll have an entire portfolio of their work. It's really a lot of fun. You may have seen that I gave you a materials cheat sheet in your planner. This list is neither exhaustive nor mandatory. I have written down much of what we have collected over the years to inspire you, but please buy what you feel you can afford and what you feel will be worthwhile. I do find a printer to be extremely helpful. There's much debate over which printer is best, and I won't get into that here, but I will say you just need a printer that can print off some fun worksheets or teaching resources from time to time. Nothing fancy. Tablets can be great for educational games. A speaker or a way of playing music is a large part of our homeschooling since many of my children learn best through song. A strong library of books is also a priority for us, so my husband could tell you that that's where most of our homeschool budget goes. And I am unflinching when it comes to the importance of coffee. So that wraps up this lesson. I will see you over in the next lesson.